Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling a really fun one. Minimum jumps to reach end via Prime Teleportation. Before we jump in, I just want to say, please leave a comment if anything confuses you. I check them every day, and I will reply to help you out. Okay, let's get into it. So here is the problem page. It looks a little bit complicated at first glance, so let me break it down step by step so it's super easy to understand. We are given a list of numbers called nums. We start at the very first position, index 0, and our ultimate goal is to reach the very last position in the list. As always with these jump games, we have some basic movement rules. Rule number 1 is just walking. From any spot, you can just step to the number right next to you, either forward or backward. But rule number 2 is where it gets interesting. This is the prime teleportation. If the number you are currently standing on is a prime number, then you can instantly teleport to any other number in the list, as long as that destination number is perfectly divisible by your current prime number. Let's walk through an example. Our list is 1, 2, 4, and 6. We start at index 0, which has the value of 1. 1 is not a prime number, so we can't teleport. We take a normal adjacent step forward to index 1. That's our first jump. Now we are sitting at index 1. The value here is 2. 2 happens to be a prime number. Since 2 is prime, we look at the rest of the list. We see a 6 at the very end. 6 is divisible by 2, so we can just teleport straight there. That's jump number 2, and we've reached the end. So the minimum number of jumps to reach the end for this example is 2. Just a quick heads up, we will be walking through the logic using Python, but if that's not your main language, don't worry. I'll show the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video. The first way to solve this is a reversed breadth first search. The idea here is to start at the target index at the end of the list and figure out how to work our way backwards to index 0. To do this quickly, we map out where all the prime numbers are located. Think of these prime numbers as transit stations that allow us to make those long-distance teleports backwards. Here is the full code for the reversed search approach. Don't stress about reading it all right now. Actually, there's a second approach that I think makes even more sense logically. The second method is a forward breadth first search. Instead of starting at the end, we start right at index 0 and fan outwards. It changes our thinking to simply ask, where can we step from our current spot? For this to be fast, we can't be checking if numbers are prime on the fly. Instead, we pre-calculate the prime factors for every possible number up to 1,000,000, using a famous trick called the Sieve of Eratosthenes. And here is the code for the forward approach. Let's actually break down how this works step by step, because it's super cool. First, we scan our list and group the indices by their shared prime factors. This creates our map of teleportation destinations. If a number has 3 as a prime factor, we add its location to the list of spots that the prime number 3 can teleport to. Next, we set up our search queue. We start at position 0, mark it as seen so we don't go backwards in circles, and keep a counter for our jump result. As we process our queue, the first thing we do is check if we can simply step to the left or step to the right. If we haven't visited those neighbors yet, we add them to our next wave of spots to check. Then comes the teleportation check. If the number we are currently standing on is a prime number, we look up our edges map. We take every valid destination for that prime and add them to our next wave. A huge edge case here is performance. What if we step onto the prime number 2 and teleport to 50 different spots? Then later, we step on a different 2. We don't want to reprocess those 50 spots. So once we use a prime to teleport, we completely clear its edge list. This stops the code from exploding into unnecessary work. Looking at the complexity, the time is order of the max value times log of the max value, plus n times log of the max value. The space complexity is order of the max value times log of the max value, mainly due to our math sieve holding the prime factors. Alright, that covers the Python solution. As promised, here are the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. Instead of pausing and typing these out, you can just go to leetcodeunlocked.com via the link in the description to copy and paste the exact code directly. Here is the full solution in Java. Next up, here is the C++ version. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. So let's wrap it up with some key takeaways. Pre-computing data with math tricks like the sieve is incredibly powerful. Breadth first search is basically a cheat code for finding the shortest path. And finally, always remember to clear your graph connections after using them to avoid infinite loops. Before we finish up, I want to quickly mention that you can probably tell this is narrated by AI. I built this workflow for myself to generate instant visual explanations so I could study faster. and I upload them here without any ads or sponsorships in case they help you too. I have also changed the format of these videos a bit recently, to make them faster and punchier. Please leave a comment and let me know if you like this style, and remember to ask any questions there too. If you want to support my goal of covering literally every Leetcode problem, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/Leetcode daily. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post these daily so you can get your streak done early. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.